At 10:30 now, we interrupt your broadcast to bring you what's happening in downtown Raleigh as the March for Our Lives continues this morning. It has been underway for about 45 minutes there. What you're looking at is live footage from Chopper 11 up in the sky above this, and this single shot really does not put into magnitude how many people have come out marching from City Plaza down to Halifax Mall as they begin to or start to listen to speakers there. I will say, as they passed in front of our Raleigh Eyewitness News Center, it was led by a police car. From the moment that police car passed to the moment the final police car, which followed those protesters, it took 19 minutes and 15 seconds. So that just goes to show you how many people are here shoulder to shoulder with signs talking about ending gun violence in schools. So we do know that for the March for Our Lives Raleigh on Facebook page, they had 3,500 people who said they were going. This crowd far exceeds that, and you can see him continuing to march there on Halifax Mall. Anthony Wilson is live with that crowd. Anthony, we want to talk to you a little bit about what you've been seeing, because you've been out there from just before 9 o'clock this morning. The crowd is big. I can imagine that at times it has been loud. What are you seeing? Walk us through this.
Well, Julie, this is the virtual front porch, if you will, of North Carolina. Watch out there, Jeff, people behind you. And this is where people get together to voice their opinions about a variety of issues on both sides of the ideological aisle. This may be one of the biggest demonstrations I've seen here in 25 years of working at ABC 11. It's huge. And we've got a variety of folks here. Of course, you've heard about the children who are here, who are marching because they're concerned about what happened in Florida, Parkland, Florida. There are also adults, parents, and a lot of church groups. You can hear the speakers are beginning to talk here, but let's see if we can get some sound here from this group over here. This is a group representing the Episcopal Diocese of North Carolina. Good morning. Why are you here?
I'm here to call out gun people who are not doing, our legislators who are not doing things with not putting legislation forward to stop gun violence in our own schools. It's a threat to us, and we feel it, and they don't seem to.
Are you a high school student?
Yes, sir. I'm a senior at Millbrook High School.
So when you saw what happened in Parkland, what went through your mind?
A sense of fear in relation to these students. You know, I was very distraught to see that these guys were, you know, that there were people hurting innocent students like me, and it could happen to any of us. You know, recently we've been seeing a lot of them, and so that's what's been getting me, is that we can, you know, next it could be my school.
Well, you're standing with church leaders. What do you think the church can do about this? Lots of religious groups have spoken out about this before. What do you expect to happen now?
For right now, I just feel like we all need to support each other and, you know, have each other's backs through this, and our church is doing that. They're helping support us. Our banner does say do justice up here and love, and so we're really trying to represent that here.
All right, and you're standing not far from the place where legislators meet for the state. Do you want them to do anything about this issue that you are so concerned about?
Yeah, I just hope that this is enough for them to be able to do something and just realize that something does need to be done, because it's just gotten too ridiculous right now. And 17 lives at the Florida shooting, that just really hit me really hard. And I can't have that happen anymore, because it could be me next. You know, it could be my name on one of those posters. You know, and it's just really sad. So.
Thank you for speaking with us. All right, it's getting a little loud here, so you may not be able to hear me, Julie, but I can tell you that one of the people who's speaking today is a man who was on the campus of Virginia Tech back when that situation happened, when people lost their lives, and there are a lot of people who remember that. He will be speaking about his experience. He spoke with us earlier, and you'll hear from him when we file our story about this event later on today. In the meantime, keep your eye on Facebook Live, keep your eye on the ABC 11 page, and also our ABC 11 mobile app. We will be showing you and bringing you video as well as sound from what's going on here as the Raleigh March for Our Lives continues. This is one of 800, more than 800 similar marches going on, including the one that's going on in Washington, D.C. That is where our Dewan Hogarth is standing by. He will bring you information and live reports from Washington, D.C. as well. Right now we are live in Halifax Mall in Raleigh. Anthony Wilson, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Anthony. Of course, you can follow Anthony at AnthonyABC11 on Twitter for the latest updates. He was talking about the events that are scheduled. According to the March for Our Lives website, 844 events just like this one taking place not only in the United States, but around the globe. And of course, we will have the latest on that. You can head over to abc11.com for more on that. March for Our Lives is a trending hashtag right now on Twitter. What you're looking at live right now is the helicopter footage as those people continue to march from City Plaza. Of course, they're well past that now into the Halifax Mall area, that grassy green area that was slowly disappearing in that shot we showed you previously. So gun reform demonstration, a lot of students out here, a lot of young kids out here raising their voice for what they would like to see happen. We want to take you now to the place that really started this whole movement with the March for Our Lives. This is Parkland, Florida. You can see packed out there, students, adults. We've seen young kids from ages 5 and 6 in that area, and certainly there will be a fair share of speakers there in Parkland, Florida, raising their concerns, and they are hoping to kind of bring down the amount of gun violence that we've seen within school districts. No doubt there is a heartbreak when it comes to those mass school shootings. We want to take you now to our nation's capital. That's where nearly 500,000 people are expected to march there towards Capitol Hill. This is D.C. now, and it looks pretty packed. Definitely, that's a large crowd there. That's where our Dewan Hogard is. He's going to be bringing you updates throughout the day. If you want to follow him along on Twitter, that's Dewan ABC11. So continue to follow that throughout the day. We are watching the March for Our Lives march, and we are back over Halifax Mall right now. You can see that green space continuing to fill up as marchers and protesters fill that in. Of course, we talked a little bit about Representative David Price. He's a Democrat for North Carolina, U.S. Representative. He will be speaking there in Raleigh, and you can see the very latest at abc11.com, ABC11 Facebook page. For now, we're going to send it back to programming.